This is a huge red flag for me. He was the black sheep in the family. Is that a white lie? Well, it's a gray area. Colors are such a big part of our life. They shape how we see the world, how we express ourselves, and even how we communicate on a daily basis. Think about it. In English, and I can tell you that in Hebrew as well, colors pop up not only in standalone words, but in so many phrases and idioms we use every single day. Mastering both will really boost your Hebrew skills. And that's exactly what this video is about. Your ultimate guide to colors in everyday Israeli Hebrew. I will also introduce you to the English words we Israelis use all the time when it comes to colors, so you'll get the most with little to no effort at all. And I'll also show you some fascinating similarities between Hebrew and English when it comes to colors. And speaking of fascinating, did you know that the color blue did not exist in the Bible or in any ancient text? It's like traveling back in time. Blue did not exist at all. Mind-blowing, right? I started reading articles about it, which took me down the most fascinating rabbit hole. If you want to go down the same rabbit hole, I highly recommend that you Google blue does not exist in ancient texts. It is so interesting. If we haven't met before, my name is Inbal Amit from Hebrew by Inbal, and I help English speakers thrive in Hebrew. How do I do that? I'll explain. All the foundational skills in Hebrew are laid out for you in 2 programs. Practically Speaking Hebrew for speaking and understanding, and my best-selling Hebrew 1, 2, and 3 for reading and writing. You can choose one or both programs based on your goals and start in any order. That is all part of my unique approach. My daily and weekly free content, just like this video and like the email that I send to my email list every Sunday, serve as a lifetime free membership to help you practice and build upon everything you learn in my programs. This 360 learning approach, with my unique ways of teaching tailored to English speakers and my personal support, is how I get any English speaker to thrive in Hebrew. Just ask my students. You can find all the links and details in the description box. Ready to dive into colors in Hebrew? The word color in Hebrew, which is tseva, tseva, tseva in singular, and tzvaim in plural, tzvaim, is considered masculine. But more than that, any color in Hebrew is considered masculine, which is great news because that means that when you add a word describing that color, you don't need to figure out, is it masculine or feminine? All colors in Hebrew are masculine. So let's start with the basic colors. Black in Hebrew is shachor, shachor. Shachor. We have 2 idioms in Hebrew that are quite literary, so they are common, but not really in everyday street conversations, that use the color black in order to convey something that is dark, not good, pessimistic, negative. The first is mara shchora. Mara is gall, as in gallbladder, or bile, and shchora is black and feminine, describing the gall or the bile. Mara shchora describes a depressed or melancholy mood. He is in a mara shchora. He is in a melancholy or depressed state of being. If he is pessimistic and sees all negative, we will say that he is ro'eh shchorot. Literally, he sees all black. All he sees is negative, black, dark things to come. Hu ro'eh shchorot. He is pessimistic. Our opposite color, white, is lavan in Hebrew. Lavan. Lavan. And just like in English, we also say it's not black or white. In Hebrew, ze lo shachor o lavan. It is not black or white. Ze lo shachor o lavan. And some people say it, it's not black and white. Ze lo shachor velavan. Now let's dive deeper to learn all the colors of the rainbow. In Hebrew, kol tziv'ei hakeshet. All colors of the rainbow. Kol tziv'ei hakeshet. We will start with blue for obvious reasons because our Israeli flag is blue and white, and we already know white. Blue in Hebrew is kachol. 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 But unlike in English, we don't use blue to describe being down or sad, like saying, I'm feeling blue. We do use blue and white, colors of our flag, to indicate that something is made in Israel, is locally produced or made. We say, kahol levan, blue, white. That is a way to say that it's made in Israel. Another way of saying it is adding the word output, which is totzeret. In this context, it creates made in Israel. Totzeret, kahol levan. Literally, output, blue, white. There is also a famous song from the 70s called kahol velevan, ze hatzeva sheli. Blue and white, that is my color, referring to the Israeli flag and written with people who were incarcerated for being Zionists in mind. I will link the song in the description below if you want to listen to it and watch it. Just like in English, we use blue collar for the same meaning, and we use the word collar for that. Savaron is collar, blue collar is savaron kahol, collar blue. Savaron kahol. Yellow in Hebrew is tsahov, tsahov, tsahov. And red is adom, adom, adom. If blue cannot be found in ancient texts, red is all we see in ancient texts. It is everywhere. Just like in English, we also use the expression red flag to say that this is a bad sign for me. This is a red flag for me. Flag is degel. We say degel adom for red flag. Literally, flag red. Degel adom. This is a degel adom for me. This is a red flag for me. Red meat is basar adom because basar is meat. Literally, meat red. Basar adom, red meat. And the Red Sea is hayam ha'adom. Literally, the sea, the red. Hayam ha'adom. The color green in Hebrew is yarok. 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 And just like in English, we also use green light to express that we have permission to do something, that we can go ahead and do something. We have a green light. We have or yarok. Or is light, yarok is green, literally light green. Or yarok. You have an or yarok to go ahead and do the task. We also say green of envy to express just that. We say he is yarok mikin'ah, green of envy, if we're talking about a man. He yeruka mikin'ah. She is green of envy. And we also use the color green to talk about anything that is sustainable or environmentally friendly, like a greenhouse. A very eco-friendly house would be bait yarok, house green. Bait yarok. Green energy is energia, very similar to energy. Energia yeruka, green energy. The color pink is varod, varod, varod. And we use this color to express things that are positive, optimistic, very bright. If someone has a bright future ahead of them, we will say that they have atid varod, future pink. They have a pink future. They have a very good future, bright future ahead of them. Atid varod. And if someone looks at the world in a very optimistic, positive way, we say that they are looking at the world through pink glasses. Mishkafayim vrudim. The color orange in Hebrew is katom. 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 And many times you will hear Israelis saying that this color is very afarsek. Afarsek is the word for peach, and we use that to indicate the shade as well. This is a very peach color, afarsek. The color purple in Hebrew is sagol. 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 And many times people use the eggplant that is purple and very common in Israel to say that this is a very eggplant shade of purple. They will say sagol chatzil. Chatzil is eggplant. Sagol is purple. Sagol chatzil for this particular shade of purple. The color gray in Hebrew is afur. Afur. And just like in English, we also talk about a gray area. We don't use the word area in this context. We use the word for domain, which is tchum. Tchum. We say this is a gray area. Ze בתחום האפור. Literally, this is in the gray area. Ze בתחום האפור. It's a gray area. We add light or dark to be more specific about the shade that we're talking about. And we use the masculine form for both because all the colors in Hebrew, as we said, are masculine. So dark gray would be אפור כהה. Dark red would be אדום כהה. Dark green would be ירוק כהה. Dark yellow would be צהוב כהה, etc. Light is בהיר, so light gray would be אפור בהיר. Light green would be ירוק בהיר. Light yellow would be צהוב בהיר. And light blue would be כחול בהיר. Only that for blue specifically, we have a word for light blue as well. It is תכלת, and it is quite common. תכלת. So you can say כחול בהיר or תכלת for light blue. Another thing we have in Hebrew is that to say this is yellowish, this is reddish, this is pinkish, this is grayish, that yish is added to each color word, but not as we do in English. Gray is אפור. Grayish is עפרפר. עפרפר. Green is ירוק. Greenish is ירקרק. ירקרק. Pink is ורוד. Pinkish is ורדרד. ורדרד. So if you come across a word in Hebrew and you're like, I know this is a color, but it sounds like someone multiplied the last syllable, it's probably that color-ish. And now for some words that you already know that many times describe colors and shades. Starting with turquoise, that we say turquoise, lilac, that we say lilach. Mocha, which we say mocha. Nickel, that we say nickel. Bronze, that we say bronza. Caramel, that we say caramel. Khaki, that we say khaki. Bordeaux, that we say bordeaux. And fuchsia, that we say fuchsia or fuchsia. And if you're thinking, that was really cool, Inbal, but I wish I could put everything you taught me into actual sentences so I can express myself in Hebrew and do it myself. Well, I've got you covered. Inside Practically Speaking Hebrew, my conversational course, we take speaking and understanding Hebrew to the next level. I teach you how to construct sentences, mix and matching the right words, mastering the templates and the patterns of Hebrew, giving you the clarity and the confidence you've been dreaming of. From day one inside my program, you will be speaking clear, natural Hebrew, and you'll get my personal support and feedback throughout the program with lifetime access. Check out all the details in the description box. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would really appreciate if you could hit the like button and share this video with 3 other people who would also love it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so and hit the notification bell if you want to get notified every time I post a new Hebrew lesson and video. And check out my playlists here on YouTube. They are organized by goals. So whether you want to read and write Hebrew, speak and understand, learn Hebrew with songs, it's all organized for you in my playlist. Thank you so much. Toda rabba for watching, and I will see you in the next video. נתראה בסרטון הבא.